Hey, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new to my channel, hi and welcome. So today I have more fall DIYs to share with you. So if you want to see what I made, then stick around. So for the first DIY, I wanted to make myself some Halloween shirts. So for all 3 shirts, I'm using this. I'm doing the same steps. First, I'm going to go ahead and just preheat my shirt. Then I'm going to take my t-shirt ruler I got from Amazon. I'll leave the link down below. And I'm going to go ahead and line everything up, make sure it's straight. And I'm going to go ahead and press down my wording. Now for this Stop I Smell Children, I got this from out of the Cricut design space. You just want to tap on image. And I think I searched Hocus Pocus and pulled up this image. So here I go. I'm just going ahead and press the vinyl down. And you also want to flip it over and press the back too for like 15 seconds. Now for the next design on a white shirt, a lot of times I'll go and I'll do a Google image search. I'll type in like whatever I'm looking for. Like if I'm looking for a Halloween frame, I'll type in Halloween frame. So the frame itself around the words came from a Google image search. And then everything else, the fonts and everything come from Cricut. I never buy my fonts, like I was saying. I don't know if I said that already, but if I didn't, I do not buy my fonts. I use what comes with my Cricut. Yeah, I never buy anything. I never buy like the little broom. It came from out of Cricut too. I don't buy anything. So for the last t-shirt, the same thing. The image came from Google, and I just cleaned it all up in Cricut Design Space, and the wording came from is a font used in Cricut Design Space too. I never remember the fonts I use. I'll try to see if I can remember which ones, or click it or go back and check, and I'll leave it down below. But that was it for these 3 shirts. Super easy to make. And for this next one, I wanted to create a cute fall sign. I see a lot of these the October signs. I'm sure you've seen one. Hobby Lobby has them, but I wanted to make my own. So I'm taking this bead board. I actually got this pack of bead board from Lowe's, and it was $13, and I still have a lot left. So for the sign I'm making, I used 2 pieces, and I cut them down to the size I wanted. Now, if you ever use bead board, they click into each other. So you want to make sure, I just want you to know that. And then I cut down some wooden dowels to frame out my sign. So like I was saying, the bead board clicks into itself. So when I glued it, I had to put glue on a little piece that slides in between the other piece. It's like one end is cut to slide into the other piece like a puzzle. Now it became an issue for the end of one of my signs. So for the end of one of these sticks. So for the end of one of these sticks, I had to actually slide it underneath. So when I glued it, it wasn't really secure. So I had to add sticks, and you'll see what I mean. But once I added a frame around my sign, it is perfect. And I was kind of scared because I'm like, okay, this is gonna fall apart. But it did not, I promise you. It turned out really, really nice. And you'll see what I mean. See how for that last piece I had to lift it up a teeny bit and glue. I just want you to know, like, in case you want to get this wood. This wood is not made for making signs, but I love the way it looks when I create this sign. And I knew it would turn out really, really pretty. It just reminds me of, like, you can even stain it to make it look like wood. You can paint it white and make it look completely like shiplap, but the design of this wood, this beadboard, it just screams farmhouse. So I had to get it and make a sign with it. So next I took some, so the green color was just the Waverly Moss color chalk paint, and this is just the Waverly Antique Wax that I'm using on these sticks. I'm slipping. I'm talking too much. So, but yeah, you see what I'm saying. And so I went ahead and just added some sticks to the back of this, just to make it a little bit more secure. Because I want to have this sign for a long time. Now I'm going ahead and just gluing down my paint mixing, my wooden dowels. Pretty much what I use for this whole sign is wood glue and hot glue. The hot glue was to help it hold right away, which it really did not work, let me tell the truth. But eventually the wood glue dried and the sign is perfect. Now for the moss color paint, I did 2 coats of paint. And that's pretty much it. Now the length of this sign was 14 inches, 14 by 14. Yeah, 14 by 14 inches. And I also flipped the sign over, and I used my staple gun to staple around where I placed the wooden dowels, square wooden dowels, and this sign is perfect. So for the next thing I did, I used my Cricut machine and some chipboard, and I cut out the word Octobers. I wanted the word Octobers to stand out more, and then I'm just going to go ahead and paint them white. I didn't want the white, when I painted them white, I didn't want it to be perfect. So I just dry brush some white paint onto this, and I just used the Waverly. No, I didn't use Waverly. I think I used Home Decor or Folk Art chalk paint and white. So once that was done, I went ahead and took my vinyl and I put it onto my sign. And I did just use some hot glue to glue down the word Octobers. So since this was not a stencil, and I'm not great at doing perfect stencils, but that's fine. I love doing vinyl anyway. I wanted this to blend in more with the sign. So I'm going ahead and just cutting into the creases of the wood to cut my vinyl, so my vinyl can just blend in with the wood itself. You can see what I'm doing. I can't really explain it. Then anytime you do vinyl, people think that if you use vinyl on a sign, you can't have the sign for a long time. You can use some type of spray glue or something, but I just use some Mod Podge to go over my words so they will not peel up. And if you hear any noise in the background, it's because I had my niece this day. So yeah, she's not even 2, so you're gonna hear her in the background. So then I went ahead and I used some just craft paper and stapled it to the back of my sign and just cut around it. And I also added, which I did not show, a sawtooth hook to the back of my sign so the sign can be hung up. And here it is. This is my favorite. I love making signs. And out of any signs I've recently made, this is my favorite. I love it. I love how the word October's look. I just love it. So for the last DIY, I'm going to create a wreath. I got the wreath form from Hobby Lobby. These flowers right here came from Joann's, 40% off. They was $9.99. And these yellow ones came from Michael's, $9.99 with 50% off. Wreaths are really high. They can run all the way up to like $80. And I wanted a wreath for my side door. And even after the 40% off, even if I didn't get 40% off of the flowers, I still saved money making my own wreath. Now, when you make a wreath, it's no certain way to make a wreath. You have to go off of what you like, where you want your flower, where and how you want your flowers placed. And that's pretty much it. I just went around and I stuffed these in. And the best thing about these wreaths is they're not perfect. I love the way they look, that rustic look of them. And you could just slide your flowers right into them without any glue or anything. And next I just took my other flowers and just stuck them into the wreath too. And I really love the way this wreath turned out. It's really pretty, and it's going to be really pretty on my door up until at least December. I'm going to be leaving it on my side door. And once I was pretty much done, I just flipped it over and bent any little wires that was sticking out. And another good thing about these wreaths is you can actually take this back out if you want to use it to make another type of wreath for Halloween or for Christmas. But mine will not be coming apart. And you don't have to use any glue when you make them. And that was it. And something else really cute, you can even add something cute in the middle of this wreath. Pretty much you could do anything with this. So that was it for this video. Let me know down below which one was your favorite. Also, make sure to give this video a thumbs up. That really helps out my channel. And if you're new to my channel and you love these type of videos, make sure you hit the subscribe button and also notification bell so you won't miss out on any other videos that I upload. Thank you for watching, and bye-bye.
You can do better. Let me show you what a good time looks like.